Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're doing well. Today I thought I would sit down and share a beauty haul and then test out some new things that I got with you. I did some shopping at Dior Beauty as well as a new Chanel foundation to try that was recommended to me, some new YSL bronzer, YSL products, and Armani eye tint that I'm really looking forward to trying. So yeah, I guess I will go ahead and begin. I'll first start with what I got from Dior Beauty. This order actually pushed me to the gold status of their loyalty program. So if you're not familiar, if you order directly from Dior Beauty, you can sign up to be part of their loyalty program, which is completely free, and then get gifts for each tier. So I think it started with silver and then it goes to gold, and then I believe platinum is the next one. So I wanted to show this to you. I actually did an entire unboxing on TikTok, so I'll put that here for you to see. So I already took it out of the box, but this is the box that it came in. And the first thing was this gorgeous drawstring bag. Look at how beautiful this is. It has a map on the front and this toile fabric. It's a very nice quality, really nice and heavy material. And I thought that what I could do with this is sit it down in a bucket bag that I have and have the top kind of come out of the top of the bucket bag and then use this as the liner. So this was the first item that came as the gold gift. And then the next thing is this fragrance. So this is Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet in the Toilette, which I'd never tried before, and it smells so nice. So you can pop it out like this, and I'm sure that you can just put whatever fragrance that you want in here once this one's done. But this is such a gorgeous little travel case. It has the CD here on the end. This fragrance is really nice and light, very floral. I think it's perfect for spring. But look at how beautiful. So it has this beautiful light pink quilting on the bottle. And then I'll show you what I ordered. Here is my little bag of samples, which we'll open that in just a second. And then here are the two products that I got. So the first thing that I ordered was the Dior Backstage Glow Palette in shade 1, which is universal. I think that this is one of those viral products that I think everyone has, but I'd never tried it before. For whatever reason, I just kind of shied away from these. I just thought that they would be a little too sparkly for me for a highlight, and I typically like a liquid highlight, but I wanted to give it a try. I wanted to try something new and different for this season, and I figured I see so many people rave about this. I wanted to check it out for myself, and I do feel like I could get away. I thought that this bronze shade here may be a little too deep for my skin tone, but I do think that I can wear this as an eyeshadow, even this one here as an eyeshadow, and yeah, I'm looking forward to playing with this. I also picked up the Forever Natural Bronze Glow in the shade Coral Bronze. This is one of their limited edition bronzers. Look at this packaging. How beautiful is that? I love the quilted effect. And then it has this really pretty gold detail here. It says Christian Dior. I got it in the shade Coral Bronze. I thought that that would be fun for the warmer months. And then I received a message from someone on Instagram asking if I had tried the Chanel Le Beige Water Fresh tint or the complexion tint. So there's two different ones that are kind of similar, and I'd never tried it before. I told her it had been on my list. I used to exclusively wear Chanel foundation, the Perfection Lumiere. I kept a bottle of it until maybe a year after it discontinued, and I was scraping out the last little bit with the Q-tip because I loved that foundation so much. I just have always been a very big fan of Chanel foundations. However, in recent years, I just haven't been interested in any of their newer releases. And the reason why I kind of shied away from this one is because I do have more combination to oily skin, and the water tint kind of made me feel like it would not look good on my skin. I need just a bit more matte finish, especially during the warmer months when I feel like it would be a time that I would wear this more. When I want something more light and fresh, I typically lean for something with a more matte finish because in Florida it's very hot, you guys know this. But I'm curious to give this a try. Now that my skin feels, I would say it's still a combination. I still do get oily throughout my T-zone. I'll have to see how this wears. I've seen a lot of reviews of this before in the past, especially when it came out when I was very curious. I got it in the shade medium light, and I will say that it came with this little brush. I'm sure most of you already know this because this isn't a new product. So the product is actually in these micro droplets, I believe is what they call it. And you're supposed to pump it onto the back of your hand and then kind of work it in and break up those little droplets and then apply it. So we're gonna try this out. And then I also picked up one of the new bronzers from YSL. This is the All Hours Hyper Bronze, and it's a hyaluronic infused multi-use bronzing powder. I picked this one up in number 2, Buff Dune. The packaging of this bronzer is gorgeous. Doesn't it kind of look like a chocolate bar? To me, it looks like a chocolate bar. That's the first thing that I thought of. It is a bit thick. So in comparison to the Dior one, it's a pretty thick palette. But oh my goodness, look at how gorgeous that looks. So I cannot wait to try this out. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this bronzer on one side of my face and then the Dior bronzer on the other, so that way we can see what both look like. And then I also picked up one of the Giorgio Armani eye tints, and this is in the shade Cashew, which is number 22. This is a matte. I wanted something that I could travel with, that was easy to travel with, and then also that I could wear all over my lid, one and done type of shadow. So I'm hoping that that's how this works. I'm gonna use these glasses to get my hair out of my face. And let's go ahead and start with foundation. I already put my skincare on, my sunscreen, so I'm gonna go straight in with the Le Beige. I'm not gonna try a primer with this just because I wanna see how this responds on its own. So here's what it looks like on the back of my hand. And you can see it does have, so it's that watery texture. And you know what, let's try breaking it up with the brush that it came with just to see what that does. So I'm just working it into the back of my hand. I'm gonna try it out with the brush that it came with just so that I get the full experience. The brush is shedding a little bit already. This is really just supposed to give an all over, very fresh faced look. I'm gonna grab my other mirror because that one is too small. This color does look a little too light. So the medium light, I'll try to warm this up with bronzer. Hopefully that'll help. I'm just kind of buffing it in. It feels really nice on the skin. It's very light and it does have a bit of a fragrance, but nothing too perfumey. A lot of Chanel foundations will sometimes have a very heavy perfume fragrance. It's not too perfumey, but if you aren't into fragranced products, then this would not be for you. It's so cool how it just breaks up like that. I'm sure most of you have seen the way that this works before, but it's new to me. I don't know if you can hear, but Mickey is down here snoring. We had a very early morning. We had a grooming appointment at 8 o'clock this morning with him. So he's had his spa day already. I'm gonna go over this with the Sigma Flat Kabuki brush in F80, just to kind of buff it in a bit more. Kind of press it into the skin. I do think that I could go with the shade medium instead of the medium light. It scared me. Mickey started digging into the carpet. Wow. I can see why this is called the Water Fresh tint because it really just makes your skin look very fresh. I don't know how else to describe it. I don't know, what do you guys think? It's very pretty. It feels lightweight on the skin. And I don't smell the fragrance anymore. The fragrance has dissipated now that it's been sitting for a little bit, but it's really nice. You can see the difference in my face and in my body because I did do self-tanner and I don't self-tan my face. So I feel like I could probably do the shade medium during the warmer months here. But if I weren't using self-tanner, I could probably get away with this one. For concealer, I'm gonna use my Pat McGrath Labs. This is the Sublime Perfection. It has a very long name, I think. But I'm gonna use it, it's in shade 1.2. I'm just gonna use a tiny bit of this. This is a pretty full coverage concealer. And the brush that I'm using is the BK Beauty X Angie Hot and Flashy collab. This is the A506. The best brush for your foundation or for your concealer in the whole world. I love the way that she designed this. Where it's kind of got this tapered effect. It just lays your concealer on perfectly. If you haven't tried this brush yet, I highly recommend it. I'm gonna go back in with this brush that has some of the foundation on it and just kind of go over the concealer a bit just to kind of bring it all together. So I'm going to try both of these bronzers. I'm going to start with the one from YSL and I'm going to use that on my left side of the face and then I'm going to use the Dior on the right. I almost don't even want to dip into this bronzer. You know how it just always looks so pretty when it's perfect like this, and then we go in and we mess it up. I'm going to use my angled contour brush from Trish McEvoy. This is number 65. It doesn't have anything on it, it's just stained. So it kind of looks like it has blush on it permanently. This powder feels really soft. Wow. It's a really nice, finely milled powder. I can tell that this is going to blend like a dream. Here's what the color looks like. Oh wow, that's gorgeous. Very soft. This blends so beautifully. I wasn't sure how this color was going to work on me, but it actually works really nicely. I'm not getting any luminosity to this, but it's also not a flat matte, if that makes sense. It just kind of, I don't know what they've done. It doesn't really have a sheen, but it's also not super flat. Can you tell? And I don't know if it's just because of the foundation that I use, but wow, this is gorgeous. I really wish I could use this all over my whole face, but I also can't wait to try the Dior bronzer. So, oh my gosh, that just blends like a dream. This powder is fantastic. I have to say that I've never tried any YSL powders. I have their Touche Eclat. I love the All Hours foundation, but their powder, their face powders, I've never tried before. This is beautiful. All right, so now I'm gonna try the Dior Beauty. This is the Natural Bronze Glow in Coral Bronze. So it looks like this stripe here has more of a luminous finish. These are more of a satin, and then the coral has a bit of a luminosity to it as well. Not as much sheen as this Christian Dior band there. So I'm gonna blend them all together. That is pretty. You really see that warmth from the coral coming through. I get a bit more of that kind of peachy glow because of the coral banding compared to the YSL, which is more of that flat bronze, just very sun-kissed glow here. This one has more of that peachy, corally. I would probably use the YSL more as a contour and maybe keep this Dior as a blush bronzer combination, because it does seem to have more of that kind of corally, very like sun-kissed glow vibe, but not so much a contour bronzer, if that makes sense. This is great for a sun-kissed summery glow. Yeah, I kind of want to use the YSL bronzer more for the contour, so I might kind of buff this out and then go in with the Dior on both cheeks as more of a bronzy blush, because I think that it looks very glowy and sun-kissed, whereas the YSL bronzer I would use more as a contour bronzer, like you would use a basic bronzing powder. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to try to buff away some of the Dior that I put up here as a contour. This does give that nice warmth, and I want that up here rather than that coral tone. Now I'm going to take some of the Dior bronzer here. See how it has that beautiful corally, very sun-kissed glow? I'm going to put some of that Dior bronzer on my cheeks here. So pretty. A little bit on my nose, maybe a bit more here. I love the coral with that. I couldn't decide what color that I wanted, but I thought coral would be nice for summer, and yeah, just would add some pretty warmth to my skin. But all three, I think it came in 3 colors. All 3 looked beautiful. I also got the coral version of this because, you know, I got the peach highlight and I have been using that every single day since I got it. I cannot get enough of that. The Forever Glow, I'll put a picture of it here in case you haven't seen, but I'm obsessed with that. So I thought that these two would look really nice together. Next, I'm gonna try the eye tint from Armani, and this is in the shade Cashew. And I'm just gonna use this all over the lid. So my idea with this was to get something that is one and done that I could wear on days when I don't really feel like doing a ton of makeup, that I can just kind of blend all over my lid, up into my crease, and call it a day. When it's warm outside, I typically like to keep my eye makeup very simple and easy because it's too hot. It's really nice. I like how it's just a very soft, cool toned, it's kind of a cool tone brown. Applies really nice. I like the texture of this. I wouldn't say that it's very watery. Has more of like a moussey, watery texture, and it blended really nice with just my fingertip. That's exactly what I was looking for. Something that would be very simple. And I think that color works well. So this one has it on. This one I haven't applied it yet, so you can see the difference. I like this color. I think it's good for kind of a summery, sun-kissed, bronzy look. Okay, now I'm gonna try the Face Glow palette. I think I'm gonna use this gold shade here, which is a strobe, they call it on the palette. I'm gonna try that in my inner corner on my eye, just to kind of add a bit of a highlight. So I'm using the BK Beauty brush number 207, and I actually have the travel size of this. I bought a travel size set. I prefer my brushes to be short because I think I got so used to using Trish McEvoy for years and years and years, and now I like for my brushes to all be about the same size. So I prefer travel size brushes, and I have small hands, so it's just easier for me to hold. I feel like you can get more precise with a smaller brush. So I'm going to put this gold shade right into the inner corner here. As I'm sitting here, I feel like I'm not even looking very shiny from this water tint. I thought that it was going to be, that it would need to be powdered down, but I haven't even added any powder except for the bronzer yet, and it looks pretty good. Now I will say my concealer I don't love today, and I think I said at the beginning that it's so hit or miss with that Pat McGrath concealer. Some days it works well, and then others I feel like it just doesn't blend. It's kind of sticky. Maybe it's my tube. It could be getting a little dry. Hopefully you can see. I'm gonna try to zoom you in a little bit. Okay, I know I said that the Armani eye tint was supposed to be just a one and done, but I really wanted to try out this glow palette on my lid. I just tight lined with the Lancome eyeliner in French Chocolate. So I got a free gift with purchase when I bought the bronzer. This is the Lash Clash mascara, which is really difficult to say with Invisalign in. Oh, Lash Clash, Lash Clash. I'm gonna curl my lashes first though. This is the Shiseido eyelash curler. I can't say if it's my favorite. I think my favorite eyelash curler that I've had has been the Chanel, but mine broke and I wanted to try something different, and I don't think that I like this one as much, even though this one has won so many different beauty awards. I just don't think that the curve of this one aligns with my eye as well as the Chanel did. The Chanel seemed like it was a little smaller. I've never tried this mascara before, so I think this is extremely popular. I just don't prefer a thicker brush like this and a more wet formula. I like a drier formula, and I really love a tubular mascara. Just living in a warmer climate, I think it's nice to have something tubular that doesn't smear or transfer. I try not to wear waterproof because it's just too hard to remove, and I don't like tugging at my eyes. Whoa. Lots of volume with this one. Can you see the difference? Wow. This feels like more of a drier formula. It's just a very big brush. Wow. It adds a lot of volume. Ooh. It's one of those mascaras where you can see your eyelashes, you know what I mean? Wow. I want to try out more shades from this Glow Face palette. So next I'm going to go in, let's see, I almost want to try a little bit of this bronze and see what happens. So I'm going to use the same brush that I use with the YSL bronzer. This is the 65 Angled Contour from Trish McAvoy. I'm going to take a little bit. Now, I might regret this. Let me test it on the back of my hand a little, just to see what I'm getting myself into. I just don't want to look too shimmery. So let's go in. I don't know if you can see that. I did deepen it up, and I can see that kind of bronzy sheen. I feel like you could really amp this up if you were going for a very bronzy, glowy look. I'm going to just kind of blend it in a little more, kind of buff it out a little. Now I may really regret this, but I'm going to try this pink shade, which it says blush. So I'm actually just going to try a little bit right here along my cheek. I'm going to use this makeup. This is an old Makeup Forever brush. I don't even know if they still make this. This is number 144. I'm going to do a swatch on the back of my hand. Ooh, that's very shimmery. Okay, am I going to regret this? Dust it onto my cheek right here. I don't even know if you can see that. That added a really nice pink glow. Hopefully it's coming up on camera, but I think that that's really pretty. It's a nice youthful glow, I think. All right, I'm gonna flip the brush over and then use this white shade here. Touch of that on the top of my cheekbone. I do have a little texture on the skin, so I feel like it's kind of highlighting the texture on my face. That's not really what I'm going for. I'm gonna do a little bit of that under my brow bone. That's pretty. I tweezed my brows and you can see how kind of irritated it a little bit. So I feel like putting this highlight here is just gonna make that pop out even more so. It gives such a nice glow to the skin. So for lipstick, I'm gonna use one of the samples that came with my Dior Beauty order. They sent a Dior Addict mini. I always love these little minis. Oh, I always keep the boxes and everything just because I think they're too cute to throw away. So this is their Plumping and Hydrating Lip Gloss, and this is in the shade, oh no, is it gonna say it on the top? Yes, because I cannot read them when they're on the bottom of these. Rose Nude, number 38. So I think that this will look really pretty with a very bronze look. I'm feeling very summery and sun-kissed right now. And I can't believe that I haven't even put any powder on my skin. I don't even think I need it. So I had my Le Beige sheer powder here, the Healthy Glow sheer powder, and I don't even need to use this, I don't think. Maybe if I were going out throughout the day, I would probably bring it to touch up. But for now, I think that this looks great, and I actually really like this foundation. I do wish that I got it in the medium instead of the medium light. That's a really nice natural nude color. It's a soft, warm nude. I think it's very pretty. These Dior Addict glosses are one of my favorite products from Dior, but I don't have this shade. And this is actually really pretty. It's a little warmer for me than I'm used to, but I like it. I wanted to keep this look very sun-kissed and glowy, and I like it a lot. It's simple, and that's what I go for, especially in the warmer months here. I have to say, out of everything that I tried, I think that the Le Beige foundation and the YSL bronzer was my favorite. And I kind of had the least amount of hopes for these two products. I was thinking that my favorite would be the Dior, which I really liked, but with the addition of the coral, it's gonna take me some getting used to and how I'm gonna play with that more. I think it's gonna act more as a blush for me, but the way that this blended, it was seamless, flawless, beautiful. It's just one of those products that I have never tried, like I said, one of the YSL powders before, and it makes me want to try more if the formula is similar to this, because it was just so easy to use. It just applied so flawlessly and beautifully. Yeah, I think that the YSL, the bronzer, is the standout for me here. I wasn't intending on ranking all of these because I bought all of these and I'm clearly going to keep them and use them because now I have them in my collection. But yeah, I thought I would tell you what my favorite one was of the day. So before you go, I wanted to also share a quick haul with you. My Sisley beauty order came in, and if you remember in my last video, I was shopping the friends and family sale with you, and I wanted to show you everything that I got because the gift with purchase that they sent It's beautiful. So I ordered the gift set of the ecological compound with the little samples of different face products. So this is what it looks like. I just love Sisley packaging. I just think it's so beautiful. So here is what the bottle looks like, and I use this day and night. You can use it both. Will that really mess with the white balance? I don't know if you could see it on your end, but I could see it in the viewfinder. It kind of shifted a little bit. But I use this day and night. It's more of a fluid moisturizer, so it's not too emollient, and if you have drier skin, I would suggest layering this, but I'm so happy to have this in my routine again. I won't go into a lot of detail. I just basically wanted to do a haul for you guys. The purpose of this video is not to go into what these products do, because I talked about them, I feel like, ad nauseum in my last video, so I just get really passionate when I talk about skincare. I can't help it. It's just one of my passions. So it came with 2 little travel sizes. This is the cleansing milk with white lily. So I cannot wait to have this. This is a cleansing cream. I will show you what it looks like. Oh, it doesn't have a fragrance. The name of it kind of sounds like it would, but it really just smells like a cream cleanser, kind of like a, you know what a cream-based, if you think of what a cream-based cleanser smells like, that's what it smells like. It has no fragrance. And then here is the floral toning lotion. I love having travel sizes like this, and this just has a very light, refreshing scent. Nothing off-putting, nothing too perfume-like. It's not like other skincare companies that have added fragrance. They don't do that. And then it also came with, this is a little small size of their Buff and Wash face gel. It has tiny little granules in it, so it's not too abrasive. I don't really like using exfoliators that are physical exfoliators like this, but this one is not abrasive at all. It's very gentle, and it smells, it just has this uplifting citrus scent. It's not scented, it's just the natural botanicals in the product that smell that way, but oh, so delicious. And then it also came with 0.33 fluid ounces of the all day, all year cream. This is actually a nice size of this. I have had the full size of this before and absolutely love it. I wish that I could always afford it in my skincare routine, but whew, that one's pricey. And then I also picked up the eye contour mask, like I mentioned in my last video. I'll show you what this looks like. I almost got the eye cream with the mask. I kind of wish I would have. I kind of have a bit of regret about that decision. It was a better deal to get the eye cream and the eye mask, the eye contour mask gift set. I like to use this eye mask as an eye cream itself and just do a thinner layer of it, and it works really well for puffiness and just kind of smooths everything out under the eye. It helps to prevent your concealer from creasing. You do have to let it absorb for about 10 to 15 minutes before you apply your makeup, so just make sure you do that first if you happen to use this, but it's fantastic under makeup. And then I got the Phytotant Perfection Foundation. This is 1W1. Wait, I thought I ordered 1N. Okay, I'm looking back at my order, and apparently this is the one that I ordered, 1W1. I thought I got 1N. Oh well, okay, my bad then. I'm gonna see if I can make it work. Maybe I can make it work. Okay, so here's what I really wanted to show you. This is the gift with purchase that I got. And it came in this gorgeous velvet green drawstring bag. So you could select some of these samples, and I chose shampoo because I love their straightening shampoo, and I got the sample sets. Actually, one of these is the volumizing shampoo, but these are great to travel with, so I wanted to grab that. So it has both the eye cream and then the day and night cream. And this I've never tried before. This is their concentrated firming body cream, so I'm excited to try this. I've heard really good things about their body cream. I've never tried it before. And then here is the Essential Skincare Lotion. I don't think that I've tried this. No, I've never tried the lotion. I've tried the cream. Oh, and I also got an exfoliating enzyme mask sample. I've actually never tried this, and this is one of their best-selling products. I get nervous with peels and things like this just because I have rosacea prone skin, but I feel like Sisley would make one that's pretty gentle. They don't make too abrasive, they don't use too abrasive ingredients in their products, so I might give that a try tonight and see how it goes. Oh, and then it came with one of their Phyto Lip Twists, and this is in the shade 16. This looks like just the balm. like a clear, yeah, the clear balm. I just love these so much. They're really nice. And then also a little fragrance sample here. And this is their rose scent. I think it's a rose-based fragrance that they have. Ooh, oh wow, that smells really lovely. So it says, Isia is a fragrance built around a rose with a unique scent. Wow, this is a beautiful fragrance. I don't think that I've ever had a sample of this one before. Isia, I think is how you say it. I'm probably not saying it as beautifully as it is in French. All right, I have a big mess here to clean, but I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you for letting me play with some of my new makeup, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you again very soon.